Doing some Italians for bolt action. Nobody's watching. Painting some Italians for bolt action, if anybody cares to know. Playing in an escalation league, and this is what I do most nights. A mix of Bersaglieri and Alpine heads. Just going for fun factor. So definitely go through the ugly phase forever. Advanced placement nests. Anybody out there have experience with the new bolt action edition? 3.0 has been pretty good. Running 3 medium mortars with a heavy weapons platoon along our rifle company, or rifle platoon rather. It's been a lot of mortars. 2 light mortars, 3 medium mortars, forward observer. It's been a whole lot of kablooey. Had some good luck with shooting down Americans, but mostly just been facing Soviet, British, and French players that have been pretty fierce when it comes to just sending back the same range kind of firepower. Played against not Vichy French last week, but 4 medium mortars. Some angry dice rolls. Ayo, chat. I'm surprised you guys are in here at all. This is the first time I've tried to go live with this shit, but I sit here and paint with my wife at our twofer, his and her side here. I'm just trying to get a feel for how streaming paint sessions might go. Anyhow. trying to get 22 more Italians done for Wednesday. We've got a bolt action group that meets regularly, and we're doing escalation league right now. Son of a bitch. Just been painting basically 30 models a week for a year to get, well, we're on to our 6th army now. We've got British and Canadian forces sitting ready to get built, but I think we need to finish 1,500 points of Italians from our list last year so we can hopefully wrap a tournament at the end of the year here. Like GM or ringleader guys got a kitty just popped out this week, so it's been out of the mix, but the 3D prints all the tables, does a lot of the work behind the scenes to organize the league. And hopefully by the end of this, we'll late winter maybe do a 3rd edition tournament. This guy just looks super ugly right now, but we're gonna go dark green, hit the pants with some dark gray. The Vallejo model color stuff's just been great for all the historics. I know a few other mini painters out there enjoy batch painting as much as I do, but characters wig me out. I hate doing too much up close detail. It's just the tabletop standard battle ready 3-foot rule that does it for me. It's my rocks off to have, you know, fully painted army with basing, then have one spotlight hero, something like that. But I do have some cool little kits I'm throwing together this year, so have been able to do some one-off commanders, command stands, that sort of thing. Bunch of 3D printed parts. We just did a Battle of the Bulge rifle platoon box for Americans. Had a spare Jeep that I just dumped into a snow pile for the 2nd lieutenant to have on his base. So that box came out pretty sweet. The Italian hand is very giving. These kits have been super cool. Yeah, so if we could do bolt action live painting a couple nights a week. I swear I'd have forever amounts of content to upload, but it just seems like I've never gotten behind either streaming or filming or trying to do basically double production with trying to actually physically paint things plus maintain all the crap in the background. But I am sure I enjoy painting videos just as much as some of you guys, so sometimes it's nice to see how other people go through the process. Or janky the painting station looks. Just got done spilling tons of Tamiya thin cement all over the place, so trying to air it out in here as much as possible without losing too many braiding cells. Missed some of the primer there. Well, fairly certain we got a little paint on the phone. may not be working the best because we need to get some sort of armature for this phone camera. Camera phone. Just playing some Sabaton radio. It's just got a bunch of bangers. Dragon Force, Glory Hammer, Power Wolf. Just horns up if you know, you know. Some of these guys came out cool. I mean, whether using as NCOs, second lieutenants, or observer teams, be useful. Although, my mortar lists right now, I have one spotter and it's my artillery observer, so just got a nice guy with some binoculars and a rifle. Among other things, just sitting waiting to get painted. An old Grandmaster Yoda. Shout out any bolt action, mini painting, Warhammer fans who are randomly found this based off of a thumbnail. Power to you. Trying to figure out how to do this more regularly. Minis have been very forgiving with the just the assembly line stuff. I mean, being able to work in separate sections, let it dry quickly. You know, batch painting boxes of minis has become pretty routine, but there's always that ugly phase before I do any kind of shade wash stuff where it looks like Play-Doh, garbage. I hate it. But these guys should come out alright. We've picked apart a box of blackshirts to make a couple light machine gun teams for last week's few games. Spamming light machine guns as much as possible. Keep some folks off our backs with our mortar backline for bolt action 3.0, but figured I'd finish out this kit, get the rest of these infantry built and painted this week. Started the Italian faction last year for bolt action for the Escalation League and ended up using a lot of Wargames Atlantic kits, which were great, but I think the details are a little soft. The kits are pretty good scale, more true to scale than 28mm necessarily than the Warlord stuff, but I think interchanging most of the parts except for the heads has been pretty useful for mocking up a couple officer teams, special weapons, that sort of thing. It's always the Italian hand. It's the coolest kit piece that I think GW's got right now. Not GW, Warlord Games. God damn. Yeah, Games Workshop can be left in the dust at this point. More model color by Vallejo. Basically, I don't care that there's paint everywhere, that I'm painting a little bit out of the lines. As soon as I get to the next layer, it's just going to be a quick mop job to cover up any weird lines, especially these pants. Silly little coats they're wearing. Like these Alpine guys, these Alpine hats are a little doofy looking, but I get it. Wanted a few in the unit anyhow. Run them as Carbonary, or just be some riflemen hanging out. A few pet bird units, a little bit more color. Again, those War Games Atlantic kits I painted last year just came out way too dark. Just too much null oil, dark black shade wash. Than been enjoying much more using like a chestnut wash, just a lot warmer on skin tones, and basically everything just a good universal shade. That'll make them look like grimdark World War II, like Trench Crusade, something. This keeps moving on me. Or I keep moving, I don't know. We built all of these this morning. We're off from running the restaurant today, so got to catch up the riflemen for Wednesday's game. 750 points, bolt action 3.0. We're on I think week 2 then for November, so we've been tracking the campaign through Europe, and my Italians have made it back towards northern Italy, Switzerland, so definitely wanted to go for some Alpine, some more thematic looking infantry, at least for this week's list. Still running about, what did we have last week? 24 infantry, so I think I got quite a few models here that I can just swap out from last week. Should be cool to just have a little bit of new with the old. We're trying to get some Star Wars Legion game in today, but that fell right the fuck through, so back to the craft table, doing the goddamn thing. Enjoyed sitting on the porch, doing some spray priming with this shit. It's a beautiful day down here in sunny North Carolina. Good day for spray painting, as it were. More Alpine. Just couldn't figure out where all my brushes went. I picked up a cheap case last week. I don't know. I seem to only use a few brushes at a time anyhow. It's the same kind of slop and serve bigums. If I can get as much paint on there as possible, as quickly, as accurately, I don't care how shitty the brush is, how cheap. Making do with cheap craft store brushes too. I mean, some of these hold a point, but I did get some newer brushes just to spice up a few details. Do not like painting faces. Do just the white and the black blob for some eyes, but far and few between. Don't know how this looks. However, I guess this is alright. This worked out. Just first time ever going live with this platform, my phone, whatever, this lighting setup. like trying to see and also paint a mini. Look at the juice. Look at the juice. I think with a lot of these black shirts, these little bit of pluma that they have on these helmets, you can't just end up with a straight black. So I mean, we're still using this black gray, but I think I'll have to do a little bit of just highlighting. Though I loathe going back through and re-highlighting stuff, I do want to see some of those silly little helmets pop on the table. The War Games Atlanta kits I put on, I opted out of the little plumage. It was a separate piece, and it was just terribly tedious to work with, so fuck that. Threw it out. Oops. Saving sprues is taxing on my mentality. I don't know who else out there has just piles of things they've assembled and thought, you know, I'll use this down the line. I try to pitch what I'm not using or donate to the FLG. We've got a little bits bin. Guys like to share whatever, light machine guns, light mortars, the odd job SMG or whatever, but it's just a painstaking piece of work to just clip everything out. We got a grenade dude. We do all the jackets in this US dark green, do darker gray for the pants. Hopefully all that dries enough to do the webbing and like Iraqi sand or so, with a lighter beige. And I just got to clean up webbing, or those are the gaiters or so on his boots. And then any of the Alpine hats will be a lighter gray. Got like a mahogany brown for the boots. Maybe helmet straps if I can get my brush in there, and then rifles. And just black gray on any gunmetal. I didn't want to do any true metallics with any of our historics. It just, I don't know. Just been enjoying all the blacked out barrels. My rifle teams, so. Some vehicle weathering maybe, but I don't know. True metallics are just too Warhammer for me. What else? Yeah, we tried to max as many SMGs as we could. Built 10 SMGs and 12 rifles today. Thanks for taking a peek. Doing some bolt action Italian black shirts. Got a Escalation League game this week. Just trying to get some more rifles painted. A few more SMG officers. a daunting task to stay in frame and simultaneously use the light. God damn it. It's not great. Good time. Heyo, thanks for checking it out. Painting some Italians, World War II. Bolt action. Everybody should try at least one historic war game, I think. Definitely one checking out. Worth checking out here. New edition's been great. Just hoping to see some new rule sets for Italians. I've been piggybacking German rules. Just proxying in models for this Escalation League. Come on, baby, three more. Three more dark green, and we can switch up colors here. I have no idea what you guys can hear on this stream, but we're jamming a little bit of metal in the background. We got we can put on Sabaton radio, but we've got some Flesh God covering Ramstein, which is fantastic. We're painting Italians, listening to Flesh God Apocalypse, just putting out the metal vibes for all those listening. Painting bolt action minis. I guess any 28mm World War II would do, but this is for our bolt action army. We're running Italians with the German rules for 3.0. Slow grow escalation league, something like that back here in home in Cary, North Carolina. Well, I don't live in Cary, but that's the home shop, Hangar 18 Hobbies. Let's see where that puts us here. Alright, well it's one down. Take a little bit of a break here between coats. We've got US Dark Green we just finished. Probably could do a few helmets with a bit of the hat wear since I'm not too keen on painting the pants just yet, since the torsos are probably still drying, but I can cut through real fast with some helmets. I'm doing some German field gray, some dark street gray for the lighter Alpine Santa Claus hats, whatever they are. They're funky. You got some here up. Get by with this for some hats, some helmets, drink my Gatorade. Guys doing out there doing it Monday. Monday, how's it going? Got the day off, we're gonna do some painting. Wait for my wife to come home, do some more painting. And then do some more painting until it's time for dinner. And then we'll paint some more, and it'll be great. Now back at it again. Let's do find all the weird Alpine guys first. A squart. A few of them. Getting some hats here. These guys. And a bunch of them. A little variety. Table, you know. Do not suck ass at this stuff, I guess. So that's where we get less sloppy about our application. For these guys, it's been like a half hour to do 22 guys with just their jackets, and that's most of their surface area in one color at least. So should be able to finish these guys in a couple sessions. Let me know if you can hear anything or if this is like silent film. Just a few of you have tuned in, thank you. Just trying to give us a test to see how we like streaming our painting. Do this a few times a week as it is. I just figured maybe we put a camera on it and see what happens. Mainly paint historical minis, but we spent September doing like 65 clone troopers for Star Wars Legion, another 28mm tabletop game. So if you're new to the hobby, I might try to pump this channel up to try to do a little bit more with it, but I hope to be able to put out a little bit of hobby advice there. It just seems you encounter a lot more hobbyists, well, lightly hobbyists in the realm of like mini tabletop games, but there's no effort to get the final product out there. There's just nothing but gray plastic or white spray primer, and it's not as pleasant as you think to play those folks out there. Their army looks like a hodgepodge of unpainted slab. If you're playing Germans, man, just get some dark green, black spray paint. You're done. Just make it one color. Be the least. It's these games when we do the tables right, everything looks great at scale. Photographs well. It's super fun to play. Much more immersive. And part of this is also, the historic element is being a historian for the things and kind of reimagining at scale what these items will look like, what kind of materials look like, how that translates in the miniature realm here. I do not know who this artist is. A hailstorm. Webbing. Gators or whatever. Oops. Things you gotta remember. Where are you in that patch painting process? Where could you be? Doubling up the use of time and how few shades of something do you need to get by with to represent basically the same looking uniform. Go, Slater. Alright. This guy's gators, whoops. It'd be brave to do. I'll end up doing khaki. Missed a few. I'm not gonna go back at this point. I'm fairly certain the other ones I did. I can't keep the paint scheme straight. They all roughly look about the same once it's all just shade wash anyhow, but I cannot tell you how I painted 60 or 80 German infantry I did last league. I'm sure it was just a bunch of field gray because I finally bottled out. I don't know how to buy a new one this year. Paints usually last a lot longer than you think. When you're painting Germans, field gray goes a long way. These guys should hopefully be done on the table in a few days here. Contemplating what socials to put these things on, so try not to get on Facebook, don't have Instagram, but we had done some TikToks for a while that were with the venue for this kind of stuff. Got some click-throughs, I think we're good. some pants going here. Okay, I guess we're doing khaki for the webbing. That's too close to that other gray. Do one more damn shade of gray green. God damn it! These things are all just a blob at some point, but shade wash and tighten things up. Listen to. Better. Keep them on these edges and do softer details kind of suck. It's gonna leave it a little time to dry, but we're fine with this. We'll patch up this little. Where his meatballs are, you know. I don't want to get too dicey there at the bottom of the uniform, but nobody's looking down there. Nobody's interested. You give me your pants, Giuseppe. Did some Paracadisti weapons teams last week that was super cool. I want to get these guys finished. This is all part of a Italian's blackshirts box that I picked up probably just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, right before we started this escalation league in your 18 hobbies in Cary, NC. We wanted to run Italians again this year, but we're waiting on Bolt Action 3.0 to update with several other army books, other faction rules. So we're using German rules and proxying in Paisans. So I want to get a fresh look on a lot of these minis this year. I had a heavy amount of infantry I did last year that were pretty good. They were just a lot darker. For how those came out after it was all said and done. Just a lot of blobs on the table, but didn't like them. So we're doing a refresh. We're gonna sprinkle in more of these guys. And we'll try to use the organs that went bits as we need extra rifles or cannon fodder or something. But my rule with this is just the rule of cool. If I get it done fast, if I get it done efficiently. They all look uniform enough, if the bases are all locked in, they're all finished, matted, sealed, something. I'll be happy playing whatever figures I have so long as it all looks like the same army. So I think my guys from last year will still be able to get some use for sure. A bit more Glory Hammer on the playlist. Just kind of jamming power metal all day, doing some painting. I want to get these guys off the tabletop so I can start either building and assembling CIS battle droids, Star Wars Legion, just take a couple of weeks, or we need to build and paint all those. Or we're going to do a Canadian-British faction for Bolt Action. It'll be our 6th army we've completed. That's all said and done. Hopefully it'll be ready for New Year's. Get ready for some sort of winter armistice anniversary. Christmas ceasefire in the Eastern Theater in Europe. I put some deadlines in some of these minis, but most of it's just for the fun of it. But at about 1,000 to 1,500 points of American paratroopers, airborne infantry, and armor for the anniversary of D-Day this year. We ended up completing it by the 10th of the month, but still ready to rumble as a fully painted army for the next week of gaming. So it's a whole month. May into June getting all that prepped. Now I'm just trying to add to it and do some Battle of the Bulge stuff with one of the last full kits I painted that was new for Warlord games. Release of 3rd edition bolt action, but I need to get those guys back on the field. I think once we're back to just regular pickup games after this league. Take a break from some Italians to do British Americans, or pick it back up with my Soviets. My first army for bolt action. I think they're going to need some revamping to meet the rules. More light mortar teams, more anti-tank rifles, just to really fill out those infantry platoons. I do have a T-35, the medium tank in the game, but it's a 12-man crude super tank, 4 anti-tank guns, half-dozen machine guns, something like that. But big old freaking model, and I haven't painted it yet since I bought a print last year. To finish that up and get my Soviets back in order. I think there's a SU-152, like a self-propelled artillery tank I do want to slap some more paint on. We got that last year as a prize in our tourney or some leg of the league. Doing about the same thing this year, but they're raffling off a Polish home army. One of the guys who's organized our league is printing the whole thing, so he's got all the tools right for it. So for the printers, and this is why we're not doing the Gators in gray. It's too close to their pink color. Whoops. Those are all going to get khakied or something. Desert sand. Yeah, we're hoping we're going to win that Polish army. Just give me something else to paint this winter. The British and the Polish still. That'd be interesting. Kick this off at an hour here. Give me a second to stretch here. Thank you guys for whoever commented. Took a second to watch me paint. We'll try this again later this week if this worked out. Just seriously trying to play test this on my phone, so happy hobbying out there.